What's up, guys? This is Rebecca the Diva coming at y'all with yet another video. But before I get into this video, which is actually a story time, yep, a story time, and it's going to be very interesting too, not clickbait, true story, actually happened to me. I want you to know that if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca the Diva. I'm the dopest diva out there here on YouTube that's going to bring you all of your hair reviews and all your diva items on a budget. And today I'm doing a story time, which is something actually different for me because I've never done a story time before. So what I want you guys to do is hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, and also leave a comment down below, okay? And if you're not new, welcome back to my channel, guys. And thank you so much for supporting the diva. So let's get into this video. Yes, as you can tell by the title, this video is how my baby daddy slept with the neighborhood crackhead. And I was blind and oblivious to this. Now, let me start off by saying a disclaimer. I am not with this man. We have been separated 6 years. We barely even co-parent. This happened, I want to say, back in 2006. So this was a very, very long time ago. We actually lived in California at the time. Um, so the story begins, me and him, um, when we met, he had two kids, I had two kids, and then we made a son together. So we had a total of 5 kids at that time. Just basically a lot of on again, off again because of him. It was his fault. He always was the type that he had a roaming eye, always cheated on me. And back then I had a very, very low self-esteem, so I just dealt with it, because I wanted my family to work. So this was like the spring of 2006. Actually, my son was like, is it 2006, 2007? I believe it was 2006. Anyway, my son was like a year old, give or take a few months. And granted, my son is 14 now, so this shows you how long ago this was. And we lived in this apartment complex, pretty big, out in San Fernando Valley, California. And like I said, we had an on again, off again relationship. And we had separated, but he moved back in the house. And everything was fine, to my knowledge. And um, I was basically walking around with blinders on. He would work and then come home and spend a lot of time out with the homies, whatever. And I didn't pay it no mind, because I had my own stuff going on, taking care of the kids, because like I said, I had my 2 daughters, and then my son, and then his 2 kids were there on again and off again, because sometimes they would go spend time with their grandma and stuff. So I had my hands full. And it was this neighbor. She lived like in the building behind me. And she wasn't a friend of mine, really, just a neighbor. And I would see her in passing. She would speak, I would speak. We would talk about the neighborhood drama, whatever, okay? And her and him began to spend a lot of time together because she smoked weed, he smoked weed, and he was selling at the time. Or he knew who to get the good stuff from. And one day, the first time I got suspicious, he took her to go get some weed because he knew the person, but she didn't know the person, so he just didn't want to send her to this person. Y'all know how that go. They took off, and they were gone for like hours, and I never thought anything of it. So time passes by, weeks turn into months, and another day, we were all doing like a little barbecue. I don't know whether it was like Memorial Day or something. It probably was like Memorial Day or something, one of them holidays. I don't know. Like I said, this is spring, so it had to be Memorial Day. And we were barbecuing like out on my little front porch area. And I was like in the back room, but because my apartment was like long, so from the front door you can see straight all the way to the back bedroom, which was my master bedroom. So I was standing there, I was doing something either on my phone or with the TV. I was fiddling with something, and I just looked up and I saw them two like arguing backwards and forwards. And we're gonna call this chick Tina, and we're gonna call my baby daddy Boom. So Tina and Boom would just argue backwards and forwards, and then instead, I didn't think nothing of it. So I let that go over my head also. So a couple of days passed by, and Boom was working security at the time. Now, mind we lived in California in the suburbs of Los Angeles, so he had a job as a security officer on movie sets. And he would work like third shift, I want to say, or like second shift. So he worked from like 2:30 in the afternoon and wouldn't get off till like 12:30 at night. And then sometimes he would do like 10 at night to like 8 in the morning. Like it was a rotating shift. So sometimes he worked second shift, sometimes he worked third shift. So this was a time when he was working third shift, and I was calling him, because normally I would call him because he's a sleepyhead. I would call him, we would talk and talk, so I would keep him up while he's working. So one time I'm calling and calling and calling and calling and calling, and no answer at all. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, that's weird, that's strange. So then some told me check his messages, and yes, I'm one of those girlfriends who will go through your phone, check your messages. I mean, I don't do that no more because I trust my man. But yeah, back then, yes, I was going through your shit big time. I don't give a fuck. So I checked a message, and it was from his boss, and he was like, "Yeah, Mr. Boom, I just want to let you know that you can come back tomorrow, but you know there's no visitors while you're on site, male or female." Yada yada yada. I'm like, what is he talking about? So Boom was going that whole night, like if he was at work or whatever. And then he came back like routine the next morning, sleepy, whatever. Like I said, I'm getting suspicious at the time, but still living in La La Land. So my sister, like I'm from New York City, so my sister was back in New York, and she came to relocate out to California. So she got here, me and her doing our thing because we ain't seen each other in years or whatever, whatever. And we was hanging out with another single mother, basically, who lived in an apartment. Well, she wasn't single, she had a husband that lived in the apartment complex. And we were all chilling one night, smoking, drinking, or whatever. And old girl said, Rebecca, I'm gonna tell you like this. Tina is fucking your man. She said everybody in the complex knows it. Everybody in the complex knows that that girl is strung out on crack. You can tell something wrong with her, the way she be walking around the complex, burn out. Yeah, this was this bitch. So she said, if I was you, she said, you need to get at her and you need to get at your man. I was like, I said, you know what? I suspected this shit. I suspected it, but you know, just in denial, in denial, in denial. And before then, let me backtrack. Before then, I had accused him of cheating on me because, like I said, the boss left a message, so I knew he had somebody with him at work, and I knew it was a female. He wouldn't take none of his homeboys with him to work, trust me. So I'm like, you know, who is this bitch? You know, and meanwhile, Tina, before I found out that she was fucking my man, you know, had did hair. So back then, you know, I was not working. I was on public assistance at the time with my two daughters and my son, and relying on him or whatever money he would make. So if I can find somebody that knew how, and back then I didn't know how to do hair. So back then, if I, you know, found somebody that knew how to do hair, you know, do braids or whatever, I would say, yo, hook me up, I'll give you a little change. So she knew how to do individuals or box braids, because where I'm coming, we call them individuals. Um, so she was doing my hair one time, and I was talking on the phone to one of my best friends. She's passed away now, but her name was Stephanie. So me and Stephanie chopping it up, whatever. The girl was talking, conversating between me, her, and Stephanie on the phone. And like I said, doing my hair, braiding my hair up, and she was like, "Yeah, I know the bitch that he fucking, and she a pretty bitch. She light skinned, this, that, and the third." So my bestie on the phone, she said, "Yo, Rebecca, that bitch sounds like she talking about herself. You need to watch her." I was like, "Yeah, but no." I said, you know, just like I said, still in denial. And then, like I said, fast forward, I'm chilling with the homegirl in the complex, and that's when the homegirl told me. So I went to him Like the next day, I went to him and I asked him, I said, "Are you fucking Kim?" And he was like, "Nah, nah, what you talking about? Blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Nah, you fucking that bitch." And then finally he fessed up, and I kicked him out. You know, get your shit the fuck out of my head. No, 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 no. I told him, "Well, you need to make a decision. You're gonna be with her, or you're gonna be with me." And this nigga literally packed up his shit and took off and left with this hoe. Now, mind you, like I'm saying, this bitch is a fucking crackhead. She had a reputation of being in the apartment complexes, in the laundry room of the apartment complexes, giving head to motherfuckers. So she was a fucking prostitute ass crackhead. And my baby's father, Boom, was fucking this bitch. I was devastated, devastated. And I just could not believe it. And at that particular time, he was gone for months, 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 months. Summer came, and I had decided that I was going to relocate to another state close by. You know, my god sister had lived in the state that was close by, so she's like, "Well, come out here, fresh start." So I'm packing and stuff, and then this nigga comes. So Boom comes back into my life, and I end up getting pregnant with my last child, who's 11 now. And we moved to the next state, and yeah, he just found out other motherfuckers, other bitches to cheat on me with, which is another story time because that shit is more interesting than him fucking the crackhead. But from that situation, I learned how to be very strong and always just pay attention to the signs. If you feel in your heart, ladies, that your man is cheating on you, he's cheating on you. That gut. It's like I guess they call it woman's intuition. That gut feeling that you have, and you just don't sit right with it. And I thank God that He's brought me a mighty, mighty long way, and I am in a relationship with a wonderful guy who I love very much. And that's the end of this story time. So, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have a comment, leave that comment down below, on what you think I should have did in that situation between Boom and Tina. Because I wanted to beat her ass, but, I didn't feel like going to jail that day, so I didn't beat her ass. But once again, this is Rebecca the Diva. Peace.